Hey guys, what's going on? Jay Dally Popka here, and it's that time again to get a little bored. And today I decided to play Gremlins 2 The New Batch on the Game Boy, original Game Boy. I did this because recently I've been watching a lot of Benevolent Dick's streaming on Twitch, and he's been playing the NES version. And I was watching that, and even Jason from Arthur X Jason was getting in on it, and I was like, I remember there was a Game Boy version, but I never got to play it, so I figured, what the hell, give it a shot. First off, you notice the cutscenes actually have text to them, as opposed to the NES version, which just showed, picture or cutscenes, no words. So you might have been a little confused as a kid, like, what's going on? I mean, they were still well animated, though. Really good for the NES. And this isn't that bad. I mean, the music, so far anyway, the music's pretty good. But what's interesting is that, in a little bit anyway, you'll see that, okay, first off, that's not right. They should have known that didn't look right when they animated that in a game. Looks like he's, well, yeah. Anyway, yeah, the plot's pretty much the same as the movie and the NES game, but here's the big difference right here. It's a side-scrolling platformer as opposed to an overhead. And surprisingly, playing this for a little bit, I actually kind of like this version a little bit better. You just noticed a couple of the weapons you pick up is, I think that's a knife. I have no idea. It looks like a knife or a crayon. You pick up a boombox and you throw music notes, and you can hide in a briefcase, which is basically invincibility. Yeah, so you pick up a boombox and you throw notes, I guess. I would have preferred the match, but whatever. Pretty much I guess you could say it's a Mario clone, or a Mario knockoff, but, oh yeah, there's the female gremlins. Those still creep me out. But yeah, graphics are really, really good for a Game Boy. Like, I think this is an early Game Boy game. I'm not entirely sure. I'm trying to remember when Gremlins 2 came out. Pretty sure it's around the same time as the NES version. But yeah, I mean, not too much to say about this game, really. It's I would say it's a little bit easier than the NES version, just because, where it's the overhead style, you have to time your jumps, perfectly, otherwise you have continuous falling. Or you fall continuously, sorry. Oh, here's the first boss. Throws tomatoes, which is, yeah, that is the crappiest weapon in the NES game, I will admit that. Why they give you tomatoes, I don't know. But pretty much there, what I was doing, that's the only way you can beat this boss, but you gotta have full life. You can't just expect to go in there and hit him continuously with half life, or only like 2 or 2.5 hearts. You'll die very quickly. And yeah, stage 1 done. Oh yeah, this was pretty cool. It's a bonus stage. You hit the button repeatedly. I guess, depending on how many you get extra lives. This was pretty handy doing it with a controller, as opposed to an actual Game Boy. Almost got 100. I like those little scenes there. That's like, like the, starting a movie, like, action. I will admit, I had trouble with those jumps. Probably because I was using a PC controller as opposed to, like an actual Game Boy. But, like I said, I mostly did this because I wanted to show Benny and Jason, like, what this version was like. I mean, obviously they could just go online and look at it, but I figured this would be a lot more fun. That's one thing that sucks, is when you're in the suitcase, you can't pick up weapons. I don't know why. Yeah, also, if you want the... I'm going to call it the crayon. I don't know what it really is. It's probably just a stick, but if you want that as well as the music note, you have to pick up the crayon first before you can... I mean, I don't... Again, that's one of those why choices, but it's kind of pointless to figure out the logic of a over 20-year-old game. Also, I should have mentioned it earlier, I've been stepping on those fist blocks that shoot out boxing gloves. That's kind of cool. I will say, though, the bats are just as annoying in this game as they are in the Nintendo version. I mean, granted, you could probably hit them a lot better in the Nintendo version than this, but... And of course, you got the skateboarding Gremlins. There's not much to it, really. I mean, just try to get in as many hits as you can. Again, there's the pain in the ass bats. Yeah, I'm terrible at those jumps. I mean, I didn't get... Stage 2 is really as far as I got because I just wanted to try it out. But I'm not entirely sure if the shop is in this game. I'm pretty sure it isn't. I think it's just a straight up like side-scrolling Mario style game. No need for shops, especially if you can pick up your weapons as you go. Freaking tricky ass jump. I spent way too much time trying to get a crayon. I mean, at first when I saw it, I thought it was like a box opener. It kind of looked like one, but I don't remember him using a box opener in the movie. Then again, it's a video game. Why would it follow the movie 100%? No. Oh, that was awful. That was so awful. Like I said, the music, you know, Sunsoft, they're great. They're one of the best when it came to old school music. And I mean, obviously on the NES, but on the Game Boy too, they did really well. I was surprised by the soundtrack or the songs I did hear in this game. But I plan to spend a little more time with this one. Like I'll let Benny and Jason handle the I'll let them handle the NES version, and I'll play the handheld. I'll be the handheld guy on this one. So yeah, I pretty much just tried it again, but I'll go ahead and say, you know, Gremlins 2 Game Boy. For first impressions, it's pretty good. Pretty good handheld game. Usually the handheld versions of bigger games tend to suck. But yeah, this one was surprisingly good. I'm glad they didn't try to pull off the 3/4 perspective like in the NES game, because I don't think it would have done well. So keeping it as a Mario style game was wise choice. But so yes, pretty much thanks for watching this short. I was bored. I know these aren't my best videos, but again, I don't expect them to be. I just pick a game at random, try it out, and this is my alternative to not being able to stream at the moment. But as soon as I'm able to stream, I was bored will become a streaming thing. I won't have to make specific YouTube videos for it. But yeah, so until next time, until I find something else to get bored with, this is the Dolly Popka, and thanks for watching.